Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Gravity Throttle Racing, and we are in the middle of group races for the Baja Bouncer Invitational. My name is Aaron Tate, and alongside me is Richard Gere.
Race fans, we're here in the heart of Colorado, where 170 years ago, this place was the focus of a gold rush. Well, it's quite a rush for all of us. The adrenaline is running high because these drivers, these Baja builders, are chasing gold. Aaron, introduce us to them.
The number 6 seed, Dusty Miles, comes from Kansas, and his team is Milestone Diecast. Now look at this, another Kansan, the 25 seed from Midwest Diecast is Sean. Now we move to the East Coast, and the number 26 seed from Rust Belt Diecast is Buffa Slow Bill from New York. Then finally, even further east, the number 7 seed is the Essex Boys, that is Strike, coming all the way from England. Now race fans, Sean from Midwest Diecast had the rear tires that were made of metal removed. He had weight underneath, and so now it was just a matter of putting weight where the seat goes, poor guy.
He better have a cushion for that seat, and they're off. And now over the creek jump, so far so good. Oh no! Buffalo Bill is tipped sideways in the snow. It looks like Sean has a lead on the Joker lane, but now he's being passed by Milestone Diecast. Dusty and Sean are looking good, and here comes the Essex Boys around. They'll be coming in third, and wow, look how fast Dusty is. He's really ripping up some dust on the scrambler and coming through in first. Here comes Sean in second, and the Essex Boys will take third.
Race 1 is in the books, and let's go back to the Are You Tracking Instant Replay package. Buffa Slow Bill does catch the left side there of the snowbank, and that knocked him right over. He was the fastest one on. And Essex Boys, that's a nice drift, but a little bit hard on the exit, and now you see Dusty Miles rolling down the runway. He seems to have a lot of speed. Now the control on the scrambler looks good. All of them are looking fine, even though Sean gets spun around. He comes in second. Now Sean is back to 0. Dusty Miles has the lead with 4.
Now Buffalo Bill, he's on the outside lane. He'll be drifting on Mesa Butte. It's going to be important for him to get through that snow. There's the green light. It's a good start. So far, so good by all. And it's Sean that has the lead coming out, and it's Dusty Miles with the lead on the Joker lane. And I'm looking back and seeing that Buffalo is right on the tail of Sean. He's still in it. Oh, lost control. Oh, Essex Boys crashes into Dusty Miles. Dusty has the lead. And no, we've lost Buffalo. Dusty comes in, so does Essex Boys, and Sean crashes out before the finish line.
We'll take a look back and see just what happened to Buffa Slow Bill. There's a little bit of overdrifting by Sean, and Buffa Slow did well. And you see him catching up to Sean, but Dusty Miles has quite a bit of speed as he's rolling down, so much so he loses control. It looks like the Essex Boys tried to avoid it, and now we see the chain reaction that gave Buffa Slow Bill the shove right into the side of the guardrail. Well, the guardrail has a side, and Essex Boys does cross. 5 points for the Essex Boys, but Dusty Miles screams out to an 8-point lead.
Okay, so I'm not going to blame Buffalo Bill for that one there. He's on the inside closest to us. Keep your eyes on Strike from the Essex Boys right next to him. Oh, what a great start, and Buffalo got a slow start. Maybe that's why they call him Buffalo Bill. All right, so Essex Boys has the lead down the drift lane. Nice job by Dusty Miles, and Sean just about pulled in underneath him. But now Dusty is holding a lead again. Look how fast he is as he is claimed first place going down the runway. And around the big U, Sean is right there. Dusty continues to hold it well. He's coming through. A nice time. Oh, Sean has crashed out. I think he crossed the finish line in second. We're going to have to go to the review on that one.
Well, here on the review, on the replay, Dusty Miles comes in, hits the wall hard. Sean has a more efficient drift, and there's what Richard was talking about as he gains some momentum on Dusty, but not for long. And there's Buffa Slow Bill. Almost said Buffalo Bill. Buffa Slow Bill is from Buffalo, so this is quite a tourist spot for him. And Sean finishes. Here he comes. And the question is, does he take second or does he take third? Judges are saying it's a tie. So both Sean and Strike will get 3 points. Buffa Slow Bill will get 1. He's finally on the board.
Race fans, this is race number 4, which is the one before the halftime. And we've got Sean on the inside, Buffa Slow Bill right next to him. There's a good start on the outside by guess who? Dusty Miles. Look at Buffa Slow Bill pulling on up there. Strike is right nearby, and this is gonna... Oh, nicely done by Strike. What a drift. He just wiped his tail clean right on the side of Dusty Miles. We don't see Dusty in here. There goes Sean, and there goes Buffa Slow Bill. So far, so good for him. Oh, now Sean must have got some good speed going. We see these two coming in, 1 and 2. Where is where is Buffa Slow?
We'll begin here on the Mesa Butte as Dusty Miles aggressively pulls from the outside, but as Richard alluded to, Strike gives him a little butt wiping. You know, Richard, that really does redefine color commentary, doesn't it?
That wasn't my finest hour, Aaron.
Okay, and now let's take a look at Mr. Buffa Slow Bill get caught up as he kind of hops over the concrete. And as we go into the halftime, Strike and Dusty Miles are tied with 12.
Harvey, Billy, hold my beer, guys. Hey, Billy looks better, he sounds better, he's still in his hospital bed. What in the world is that big old cart behind him?
That's his therapy soapbox derby car.
Wait, what? Who gave him that?
It came straight from his doctor,
Who's his doctor?
Dr. Dodge.
He's not a real doctor.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Dr. Dodge told Billy to ride his therapy soapbox derby car twice a day for the next 2 weeks.
Aaron, there is no way that a therapy soapbox derby car, whatever, is going to help Billy recover from the hospital. All it's going to do is injure him again.
He's about to enter the massage area here on the Scrambler.
Oh, well, yeah, that's really going to help him.
Richard WD-40 III. Listen here.
What?
You don't even like Billy. And here he is trying to make a recovery and following the doctor's orders. The least you could do is give him a little sympathy and wish him well.
But it's like Dr. Dodge is torturing him.
For the HMB guys, that is nothing more than a tickle.
Aaron, you're on.
It's time for Marble Sucker.
Okay, race fans, so in the nearest lane... Wait a minute. We've got Billy on the far lane. Why is Billy...
Doctor's orders twice a day, Richard.
This is insane, Aaron. It makes about as much sense as Hot Wheels pushing marbles down a toy track.
I think Dr. Dodge knows exactly what he's doing.
Whoa! Oh! Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing, all right. I think we missed out on Ned Munson. He I don't know what happened, but now he's got the blue marble. He's in the lead. I'll tell you, Billy's situation has got me flustered. So, good job, Ned. Elbow is, I don't see her there, but I do see the green marbles, and Ned Munson is going to come through. Blue marble wins this time around, and amen. The halftime is, no, it's not over.
Let's go back to the instant replay package and watch Billy. He does get shot out like a cannon into lane 2, but watch the green marble protect him from Elbow, and the soapbox derby car did not go too far. In fact, it stopped right there. Just for Billy. Good job, Dr. Dodge.
You totally missed what Ned did with his marble around the big U.
And race fans, the train jump scoring for the second half will be 2 points if you jump ahead of the train.
Okay, wait.
1 point for jumping over the train, and you all know
Aaron,
0
Aaron!
if you miss the... Are you okay, Richard?
I'm sorry, Aaron. Race 5 has started, and I want to be able to commentate. And, oh, look, Buffa Soul Bill has got the lead down the drift lane, and he had a great drift. And there's Strike from the Essex boys. But look at Dusty Miles. Dusty is really scooting along down the Joker lane. He's got the lead down runway 3. And there goes Sean in second place. Dusty's coming around onto the... Oh my goodness, what a crash. And Sean is tipped over. There's Buffa Slow Bill, and now he's stuck, and Strike's the only one to finish.
Are you tracking? Race fans, let's go to the instant replay and take a look at Buffa Slow. What a gorgeous drift he had, and Strike does a nice job recovering as they make their way through. They both cross the train, and remember, race fans, when you cross the train, you will get an extra point. Now, there is a violent collision into the beam of the train bridge that leaves Dusty miles of strewn wreckage. After the 5th race, Strike gives himself 5 more points and now takes the lead.
Well, for the race fans, that was highly entertaining, but for the builders and the drivers, that was just a lot of zeros. This is race 6, and here we go. Everyone clears the creek jump. There's a tight battle, and now Dusty Miles had the lead, but he rolled on his side, and here comes Sean. That's a very good drift. And it's followed by Buffa Slow Bill, one jump over the train. Sean continues to lead. He's clearly ahead of all the others. We don't see anybody come in the picture yet. Who is going to join him? And there's Essex Boys. Strike, and he comes up right on his tail. Sean tips over. He has not finished, and Strike will take the finish. Buffalo Bill in second, and it looks like Sean took third.
Well, race fans, this competition is certainly heating up, but not enough heat is keeping Dusty Miles out of the snow trap. There comes Buffalo into the picture, but misses the train. Now, as they come around the Big U, there's a bump by Strike, and I think that just took Sean off guard as he slides in. First place goes to Strike. Second place will go to Buffalo Bill, and Sean does touch the line or cross it and gets third place. Plus a point over the train will give him 9. But Dusty Miles, although 3 zeros in a row, has 12 and is in second place.
I think it's safe to say that Strike has been consistent and will definitely be moving on. The real race is going to be between Dusty Miles and Sean. They're both on the outside and... Whoa! Wow!
Oh, the track official is shutting down the race, Richard.
Yeah, and race fans, drivers are not allowed to impede other drivers until after that small jump. And you see clearly, Sean showed some Kansas hospitality to his Kansas mate and the other drivers right before that jump.
The restart is required if all 4 drivers DNF, or if what you just saw happens before that small jump, and we've never seen it until today.
No, we sure haven't, and that's what happens when you have 4 cars side by side. You get some unexpected action as we see Dusty Miles pull out in the lead, and Sean's going to need to catch up. Dusty has spun backwards, but managed to come through quite well and over the train. Again, he's looking awfully fast. Look at Sean come in. Sean is going to try and bid to catch him, and he's got to close a 3-point gap as he... Oh no, he's off the track! And now, here comes Dusty Miles spinning around and twirling in for first place. And Buffalo Bill is going to take second. He finally gets some fortune.
Maybe the tide has turned for Buffalo Bill, but we're already 7 races in as we see some great drifting. And look at Dusty Miles. There goes Sean over the train for an extra point. Now remember, they only get an extra point if they finish. As we keep our eyes on the drivers behind the leader. Now watch what happens as they come around. And there we see, right off the track and left to the side, kick to the curb is Sean. That's a very unfortunate break for him as the other drivers manage to finish. Now Strike, that's his first DNF.
You've been watching Group 4 of 8 in the Baja Bouncer Invitational. This is the final race, but if you looked at the scorecard, race fans, you would see that Strike and Dusty Miles on the outside, they'll be moving on. It looks like Buffalo Bill rolled a little off his slide, but I think he got back up. Here they go on the drift pad, and Strike does a nice job cutting in. A little bit rough, but he goes over the train, and Dusty Miles is going to miss it. He's further behind, and there goes Sean taking the lead. The other drivers are a little bit confused. Look at that. Sean is just blasting down the track, and he's going to come through in a sub-24. Look at that. Buffalo did get stuck, but there goes Strike, and Dusty Miles finished things up.
Well, race fans, are you tracking? Take a look here as Buffalo Bill rolls on his back and manages to get back up. But he does get stuck over the very jump that Sean decided to show some Kansas hospitality to. Sean comes screaming in nicely, but the winners moving on and advancing will be Dusty Miles and Strike from the Essex Boys.
We want to thank Sean from Midwest Diecast Racing, as well as Buffalo Bill from Rust Belt Customs.
And if you want a guaranteed 8% speed boost, you need to get your decals from Josh Poffler at Rust Belt Customs.
Okay, we got to get to Group 5. Group 5, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Ross Rodden, Marco Polo, Blue Line Racing, and Lone Star.
Hey, Richard, look at all that graffiti on our train.
Yeah, I think that was Billy and Harvey. That's another reason Billy needs to stay in the hospital.
Are you tracking?